2.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, if that is in fact your real names, to Season 4 of the Tuesday Jukebox, streaming to you live from Hanover Strings here in historic downtown Hanover, New Hampshire. Come on in, folks. We got lots of seats here. We're still packing them in here. Episode 2, Season 4, at our new home, Hanover Strings, in downtown Hanover, New Hampshire, where it's hard to find a parking spot these days. I don't know if it's the leaf season that's upon us or if the kids have all brought their cars home from their summer vacations. Yeah, you got the special seat down front. That's the special. That one has a car. You win a car. Yeah. Hanover Strings is entering its 50th year here in business. Let's give them a round of applause for staying open so long here. I am your host, Jakob Breitbach, Fiddle Ninja. Thanks for joining me here in the shop and out there on the interwebs. I'm sure we have tens, if not dozens, of viewers tuning in on YouTube. This show is a presentation of Here in the Valley, a creative collective of our Green Mountain River Valley, a northern arts beacon on the Appalachian Trail. A quick thank you to our gracious community supporters whose unwavering support fuels the magic you are about to witness. That includes the River 93.9 FM, JAM, Junction Arts and Media. All right, we'll have to have you redo that in post. And most importantly, our fiscal sponsor, White River Subaru.
To get you where you're going, all-wheel drive is great. Just like every other person in the Green Mountain State. You know who? White River Subaru. Mine's blue.
Come on, that's not the jingle we prepared for. One more time, our fiscal sponsor, White River Subaru.
To get you where you're going, all-wheel drive is great. Just like every other person in the Green Mountain State. You know who? White River Subaru. Mine's blue.
A call back to River Folk, our July festival in downtown White River. That was the second annual. We're really grateful to have White River Subaru sponsor that event, and they jumped on board to help keep this Tuesday Jukebox rolling here in Season 4. We find ourselves in the heart of a place that has seen countless tales unfold, a stage where the echoes of the past whisper to us, inspiring our present. This funky guitar shop, steeped in history, now becomes the canvas for tonight's performance, a canvas on which we shall paint with the colors of imagination. And the first fellow up here to perform for us this evening, he is a new friend of mine, although we've been steady picking buddies at the Wednesday acoustic jam session I host in downtown White River every Wednesday. And he's in the music program here at Dartmouth. It's a small community college. You guys have probably heard of it. And he hails from Whitefish, Montana via Connecticut, but we don't talk about the Connecticut part. Can we please hear it? A hearty welcome for Andrew Brozek on his guitar. He finds us. We got to keep clapping the whole way down. He's way in the back. He's coming down the runway. Here he is. Oh my God. Is he going to make it? All right. I just call him Brozek, but I'll introduce him as Andrew. Yeah, you can plug yourself in. Plug it in, dude. We won't unmute that channel until you're launched. Yeah. How was class today? Did you study anything?
Oh, I didn't go to class today.
Yeah, I did. Yes. Yeah. It's show day. You got to save your energy.
All right.
All right. Oh, did you miss this guy right here?
Yeah, that guy.
He's got it. Okay.
Ooh! So we won't mute that channel until it's all plugged in.
Yeah. All right.
There were two plugs. Hey, that moved more than I wanted it to. Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm Andrew. I'm gonna play songs. That's the we'll see how this goes. This one I wrote.
I desperately sowed where the soil ain't fertile. My body was starving, now my soul's a thirsting. An old-fashioned cries, a cold ring on the counter. Watch the dilution of spirit and person. So tear at the splinters and rot of the past, and mourn what remains, these stones and a glass. And in walked a light the night after poor harvest. Beside me she sits as the brick crashes down. And wander through the hills that no man has yet treaded. Inside her a siren, the sweetest of sounds. So tear at the splinters and rot of the past, and mourn what remains, these stones and a glass. And now late September, no longer is she waiting, and her heart is restless, but it's kinder to me. She takes a step down, making room for the silence. And just as I rise, now so shall I leave. So tear at the splinters and rot of the past, and mourn what remains, these stones and a glass.
I'm bad at jokes, so like, I'm gonna let you all not laugh at Jacob's jokes instead of trying to get you to laugh at mine. Here's another one I wrote. This will be fun. Do you recall the splitting grain? The dancing down your chest. The clouds above that gently roll. Well, I held you. Yes, I held you as we rest. So the storms, they came to speak. So softly, but you listened.
day I find thoughts I've never known. Well, I don't mind being lonesome, but I don't wanna be alone. In each confession that's left to ring, before you know, regret will never rush. Though I've room for you to stay, I'll never feel, no, I'll never feel your touch. In each new day I find these thoughts I've never known. Well, I don't mind being lonesome, but I don't wanna be alone. Kerosene, make your me now. Of all but every photograph, they're buried with the bones we've kept. You may never have them back. In each new day I find these thoughts I've never known. I don't mind being lonesome, but I don't wanna be alone. Well, I don't mind being lonesome.
I'm gonna play one more tune here, and then we're gonna get Jacob up with the fiddle. My thoughts exactly, but you know, he's booked me. We gotta throw him a bone here or there. This is a newer one. I've actually never played in a public place before. Or at all before. We're actually going to make this up on the fly, so just bear with me. It's going to be a little adventure.
Quiet of my mind, in the mountains I call home. I spent a lifetime in the forest all alone. And so she rides the breeze, careless ember in the night. Slips between the branches, finds what's dying to ignite. I was patient for change. She's the first one that I found. so I care for every spark. Her lips never speak my name. I'll always go unnoticed. And I'm a shadow in the dark. Starts to kindle in that heart devoid of rain. Can't you hear her calling on the remnants of my pain? As the pines turn to ashes, she won't know what she's done. I could have told her, but I knew that she would run. I was patient for a change. She's the first one that I found. So I care for every spark. Her lips never speak my name. I will always go unnoticed. I'm a shadow in the dark. Now finish what you started. Now finish what you started. Now finish what you started.
All right, thank you. Those are my original songs. We're gonna get Jacob up here. We're gonna play an old tune called the Cherokee Shuffle.
Oh boy.
You know that one, right?
I do.
Did you learn it this morning, like I asked you to?
I did. I heard it this morning.
Jacob and I both play bluegrass, among other things, and the fun part about bluegrass is there's this kind of collection of songs that are considered standards, and even without spending all day practicing together, which we totally did.
Totally.
You can play these tunes together, and it's like a little shared connection to the past, which is always a good time.
You want to play fast?
Why not? Yeah.
we have to get to know you a little bit better. Andrew, at least the audience does. Like, let's start with, do you have a middle name?
Is this the therapy session?
Yes, this
Oh,
is. You're gonna
yes.
pay me for this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I do have a middle name. It's a W name. It's William.
Oh. Okay.
I told you this last week in confidence.
Oh, you did.
And told you we would never talk about this in public.
Oh, Well, I have a short-term memory. It's part of being.
I mean, yeah, we knew that.
Part of being a flower grower.
Yeah.
Vermont cultivators.
A Vermont farmer, if you will.
A Vermont flower farmer. So we don't talk about Connecticut, but we talk about whitefish.
We can talk about this.
Yeah, we talk about whitefish.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been in whitefish?
About 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how did you say it to me? You were born in Connecticut, but you did growing up in Montana.
I grew up in Connecticut, but I did all my growing up in Montana.
Okay.
Is how I tell people that without feeling like I'm lying to anybody.
And how much of Yellowstone do you find to be true? The TV show, that is.
Oh, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
There's actually nothing else in Montana except for where Yellowstone takes place.
Yeah, and it's just full of camera people and
Oh yeah.
screenwriters.
And everyone's a cowboy. Nothing but Stetsons and Ariat boots just all over the place. Yeah.
Just warfare, warring parties
yeah.
trying to develop new casinos.
The
everywhere.
cowboy gangs are crazy, man. Yeah. And like you don't make it very far out there if you don't know how to lasso.
Oh well, knowing how to rope is an important thing. I mean,
a good
even
thing.
just taking care of these kind of ropes are
True.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you find yourself to music, or did you just born this way?
You know, music found me.
Yeah.
No. I played guitar since I was like 10-ish, and then I got here, and I was like, this guitar thing's actually kind of cool. And I was doing physics at the time when I got here, and that was, I don't recommend anyone does that. That's a cruel and unusual form of punishment, is trying to study physics, which is why we're a music major now. And might I just say, one of my better decisions that I have made so far. Financially, well, that's yet to be determined. However, in terms of my mental health, we're doing great. Yeah.
So what was your first instrument? Your very first instrument?
Guitar.
Did you have a teacher back in Montana?
No.
You're just self-taught.
I was self-taught until I got here.
Oh. And then who you been studying with since you got here?
There's a guy here named Jason Ennis.
Okay.
And then there's this really cool bluegrass jam that runs every Wednesday night from 6:30 until whenever it ends. Actually, 6 until whenever it ends, over in the filling station. And I met this kid, Eli, who's actually in my band, Ramblers and Company. So if you've seen us, he's my mandolin player friend. And I didn't know this kid. He DM'd me on Instagram and was like, hey, would you like to get into an 82-year-old man's car and go into White River Junction to go to a bluegrass jam? And I said yes. Sorry, Mom. And so then I went to this jam, and then I met you. Also, can I point out, you said we've been jamming together for a long time, but only recently became friends? What the fuck was that about?
No. You misheard me, son. That's not what I said. We'll fix that in post. Don't worry. No, forget what I said. We're talking about you. Here, let's get this straight. And we're going to cut all this anyway. We're cutting this whole interview section out. We're going to just, no,
That's
kidding.
fine.
So
I kept going to this jam, and then those guys made me realize I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I locked myself in a basement for 2 years, and I just came out this morning, actually.
And did you find that breaking your right hand helped you becoming a better guitar player?
I broke my left hand.
Oh, you broke your left. That's right. You broke your left hand. So did it actually help you become a better guitar player then?
It actually did. I broke my hand back in March. Broke my thumb skiing because I'm an idiot. And I had a bunch of gigs booked already, and I didn't want to not play them. And so I taught myself how to play guitar without actually touching my thumb to the back of the fretboard. So I played shows all through the spring without my thumb ever touching the fretboard, and it was a great time.
So who are you find your influences? Because I hear like Norman Blake and Tony Rice in there.
A lot of Norman Blake, a lot of Tony Rice, and then more recent guys would be like Brian Sutton.
Sure.
He's a big influence of mine. Yeah. I got a few Billy Strings licks in there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Mostly Brian Sutton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are good choices.
And he's like all just a straight pipeline from Norman Blake and Tony Rice. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And your songwriting process, how does that come out of you? What are you sitting in a closet writing down little poems about heartbreak, or?
Remember, so I was in the basement for the last 2 years.
Right.
And while I was down there, it gets a little boring, but it's mostly I'll feel inspired or particularly passionate about a certain subject, and then it'll compel me to write a song. That's like a really lame and generic answer, but like that's kind of just what happens. Like
So how many hearts have you broken since you've been to Hanover here, and how many of them have turned into songs?
Well, I
or
stopped
how many
doing-
times has your heart been broken and has it turned into a song?
Oh, like one time broken, but like
So
I've
many
got
good songs.
so many good songs. I'm gonna just like keep basking in that moment for as long
Yeah.
as I can until the songs start deteriorating.
That's why you're still celibate. You're just not going into the
Yep.
dating pool.
Oh,
You're just
yeah.
going to milk that one for
I'm just gonna sit and wallow for as long as I can.
Well, I think on that note, we should hear another one of your original tunes. I'm going to get off the stage and
Sure.
scurry around back. But yeah, let's hear one more from Andrew Brozek. Andrew William Brozek, shall we? All right.
Now I have to remember another original tune. Oh. We'll play one that I played at River Folk. This is like one of the earlier songs that I've written. Jakob helped me out and actually produced a lovely music video for this song. It's not particularly interesting. It's just me playing guitar. So like you're pretty much getting the whole music video by watching this show right now. So if you're hearing the song right now and you're like, wow, where can I hear that again? You can go to my YouTube channel and you can be my second ever subscriber. And you can watch this video as many times as you want. You can get the 8th and 9th view on it. So, I mean, need I say more? Like you.
Grind, these gears come to a halt. The train's been derailed and it's all your fault. No glimpse from a trance, and I get taken away. My mind drifts to you, and I give it my all so that someday I could put it all away. And I'd spend the end of time with you. And I countless hours wasted in my mind. Countless hours wasted, counting down the time.
I normally have harmonicas. I forgot them.
Well, red line I ride, walking through these halls. Well, I never cool down, I just sometimes stall. And a glimpse from a haze, and the burnout remains. It will be worth it. So I give it my all so that someday I could put it all away. And I'd spend the end of time with you. And I spend countless hours wasted in my mind. And countless hours wasted, counting down the time. Counting down the time. Counting down the time. So I give it my all so that someday I could put it all away. counting down the time, counting down the time, counting down the time.
Thank you. Yes. This would be so cool if this actually works. It doesn't. Is that a bullet hole? It looks like there may be a bullet hole in it. I want to think it's something else, but knowing this place, I have a feeling that I might be correct. Okay, now what am I doing? I'm just holding a harmonica.
Andrew Present! All right, well, Andrew's getting off stage, and before Jesse comes up, I have a few announcements to make. One, our special 4th season addition to the Tuesday Jukebox is we have live portrait drawing going down here. If Lucas Barrett wouldn't mind giving the audience a preview of what he's been... What do we got there? Oh, yeah, look at that. Last week's was a big collaboration of the 4-piece band plus Allie T, so there was a very full frame. Yeah, so it's a big frame. Lucas is a friend of mine from the Tip Top building. He has a studio there where he does his artwork, and I host shows on First Friday. And he turned me on to a show called Kill Tony, where they do this very same thing, but it's a comedy show, and you should check it out. Kill Tony. It's on YouTube. It's a lot funnier than what happened last week here, which was allegedly comedy, but it wasn't funny. But LucasKBarrett.com, and he's also on Instagram. And so we're into promoting things right now. I have to let you all know about this wonderful event that Jam, J-A-M. There's no alcohol in this show, and the crowd's getting worse. This is the Farm to Film Fest in White River Junction at Jam, which is Junction Arts and Media. They have the space there between the Tucker Box and what was Peace Mill Pies there, and they also operate the Briggs Opera House. This is what it sounds like: film, music, dancing, art, and more. And part of the and more is that there will be a square dance on Saturday night, and my band Beecharmer will be playing for the square dance. So check out all about this. There's a QR code and a URL that's really long, so I'll leave it up to you guys to check that out on your way out. There's also going to be an email sign-up list. Here, hold that for me. You're gonna want to put that in your yard. So if you aren't on the Here in the Valley newsletter, HITV, you'll want to do that either on the pad there, or just hit me up and I'll plug in the phone, or go to hereinthevalley.org. Here in the Valley produces live streaming shows and our big music festival in the summertime. I also host the weekly jam session at the filling station, and there's pamphlets over there about live band karaoke that happens on the last Tuesday of the month. And the last Tuesday of this month happens to be Halloween. So we're doing spooky karaoke at Sawtooth Kitchen Bar and Stage across the street, and that is just one of the most fun times you're ever going to have. We did spooky karaoke pre-times before the pandemic, and yeah, I can tell you it is a real blast. Sign-up starts at around 6:30, and the stage gets crowded. There's a lot of regulars. There's new folks that come up, and sometimes we get some kids up there, and they do their Disney, Pixar, Moanas, and all that good stuff. So mark your calendars for the last Tuesdays of the month. Next week on the Tuesday Jukebox, we have 2 more Tuesdays here in Hanover Strings. And let's hear it for Chris Rosenquist and Hanover Strings for hosting this event here this month. They've been so generous as to give me a key and just let me have my way with the place and move stuff around and borrow gear and invite these people and you all to come up here and see these shows. Next week from Nashville, Tennessee, we have Dana Cooper headlining, and Allison Faye Brown, who lives in Wilder, she's my neighbor, will be opening the show. She's a regular on the Here in Valley programs, and Dana got in touch with me like over a year ago to book this show, and it's part of the theme of the Tuesday Jukebox is that there are weeknight shows that traveling bands will want to come and play because there's really nothing else to do on Tuesdays, and that's the origin story of the Tuesday Jukebox, which you can read about in 7 days. There's a great article that they did featuring this little series. And at the end of the series, October 24th, my brother River Glen will be traveling from Iowa. He recently moved from Ontario back to Iowa, and he'll be touring out here, and my band Beecharmer will be opening for that show. So mark those down. And I think that's all I wanted to tell you guys about for programming. Our next artist comes down from Burlington. She's originally from Maine. I can tell you that she can change her guitar strings really fast. We worked on that pre-show. She also has a mouth like a sailor and teaches preschool. She works at a preschool. So I don't know what's going on at that preschool up there in Burlington, but there's some very salty kid songs being played. I think it might be that the Hokey Pokey is what it's really all about, but we're going to find out from Jessie Taylor. Bring her up to the stage. Give her a hearty round of applause. We'll get a couple things set here. Oh, and she took her shoes off, so she's definitely feeling at home, not nervous anymore. That really curses it to say you're not nervous at all anymore, right? Are you feeling nervous? No. Not that I said that. No.
It's there. I'm still nervous. It feels better when I just tell you all. Then it's not a secret. You don't have to guess. I am. But my shoes are off, and I'm going to play some songs. So.
Let's hear it one time for Jessie Taylor.
I only put 4 out of 6 strings on backwards, so we're doing great. So I'm going to play all originals. It's a short set, so why not? I'll start with a song called Adore You, momentarily. And it's kind of fun to play out of Burlington because I don't really know any of you. I know 2 of you, but yeah, okay. We'll see how this goes with new strings. Hi, virtual people. That also makes me nervous for some reason, like the invisible people, you know? Hi, my preschool people. I know there's a couple of you watching. Not the preschoolers, my coworkers. Hope they're sleeping. you. Jacob, I had that song that I was thinking second. Do you want me to play another song before I have you come fiddle? Okay, let's do it later. Okay. Okay. We'll do that later. This song's called Ever Changing. It's the title track of an EP I put out back in 2021. There is a music video for it. Yeah, and I have a full band. So this is fun for you all that have never seen me. You get to hear the songs more stripped down acoustically, but they're also recorded with a full band. That is much more rockin'. So if you like what you hear, you can find these songs wherever you listen to music. You are all you could be, all I've seen all along. I'm ever changing, rearranging, trying to figure out what works for me. Thank you. I procrastinated changing my strings for the past week and a half. I was like, I'm gonna do it before the show. Then I was like, they're fine, I'm not. And then we did sound check and Jacob was like, they sound bad. So anyway, I finally changed them. I like to make a bigger deal out of things than they really are, you know? Okay, I'm gonna play some new songs, some unreleased songs. This one doesn't even have a title yet, so. could have a normal life. I would probably have a 9 to 5 if I didn't feel everything. I think I'd be quite bored. I get real frustrated sometimes. I have a hard time functioning. I'm really good at starting things. I am not so good at finishing. I think I'm losing my mind, but it's not the first time. Sometimes I wish things would be different, but now I know I chose this life, and I am an alchemist. I can transform my sorrow into song. I can choose to belong. I have been through some shit, and you only know a part of it, and I'm sure you've got your shit too. The question is, what are you gonna do if you are losing your mind? Just know that is how we find out what we need to know. Can you trust it? Can you lean in? Can you feel it? 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 I am an alchemist. I can transform. If I didn't feel everything, I think I'd be quite bored. Thank you. Gonna take a sip. How are you all doing? I'm gonna do a few more new ones because it feels fun to do that. Like with the band too, I feel like it gets a little stale to play the same set over and over again. I guess you don't really know any of the old ones either, but I'm gonna do some more new ones. This next one's called Stew, because somebody told me not to stew on something, and I was like, I need to stew on this a little bit. I feel like sometimes you need to like sit with the feeling until it's ready to go away. So it's called Stew. smoking cigarettes, trying to make enough to pay the rent. My head and my apartment are such a mess, and I'm feeling down on myself again. But I try to remind myself that I'm doing the best I can, and that nobody really knows what they're even doing. So I breathe in, I breathe out, trusting somehow I'll figure it out. So will you? Time and time again, I find myself standing in quicksand. You're reaching out to lend a hand, but part of me wants to stay. I get real comfortable in my own way. I stay, I stew, I stutter. Part of me thinks I want to suffer, but I try to remind myself that I'm doing the best I can, and that nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing. So I breathe in, I breathe out, trusting somehow I will figure it out. So will you? I breathe in, I breathe out, trusting somehow I will figure it out. So will you? Back on my bullshit, smoking cigarettes, trying to make enough to pay the rent. Thank you. It's one of the backwards ones. Okay. This one's not as new, but it's not released. It's my Saturn Return song. Oh, Saturn, I am returning home, moving backwards, crossing my fourth house, moving in circles. How would I get back here? Oh, Saturn, I am returning home. Oh, Saturn, I am transforming Saturn, I am unlearning, moving in circles. How would I get back here? Oh, Saturn, I am returning home. Moving in circles, how would I get back here? Oh, Saturn, I am returning home, returning home, returning home. Thank you. Jacob, you want a fiddle? You want?
Never asked. Special purpose. Hey, can we give it up for our JAM Junction Arts and Media Film? That's jam. Junction Mike Daddy over here on mobile cam. Keeping it real, keeping the side profile camera looking good, helping out with lighting. And Uncle Will Freihofer in the back there. Let's hear for Uncle Will. Keeping the camera on the long shot. We do live stream these to YouTube. You can find them at Here in the Valley. HereInTheValley.org. Look for the Tuesday Jukebox tab. You'll find all sorts of great programming there. First Fridays, Wednesday Acoustic Jam, other fun things. Karaoke Bandstand. We do that at the Sawtooth. And I'm so intrigued to talk to you after we do this song. I'm just piling up all these questions based on your little bit of banter and the tunes. They're in a way that I listen to your music live with on Spotify with the band. Watch
It's
the music
way different.
It's different, but I mean it's there, but it's like it kind of comes across a little bit different when you're playing it in this format. So just keep going. It's the capo. It's the capo.
It's right, and it's not.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't play guitar. I wouldn't know. That's
Oh, there we go.
that's why I swear off on the things.
We could have just done it without the capo, but then it's in a weird.
Yeah,
it's a
then you
lower
don't sing it
key.
where you want to sing it. Yeah.
But is that the right note that I'm going for?
You might need to buy yourself a new guitar tuner here at Hanover Strings, where they sell guitar tuners, strings,
I should have just played a different guitar.
amps.
You know?
Last week, Allie T just took that
I should have just
lime guitar
That's
right
like-
off. You're close.
That's like 90% there.
It's good enough. I'm not
It's
really
good
worried
enough
about it.
for fiddle rock.
Also, also in case you're looking for
Maybe I should just do stand up for the rest of my set. They laughed at that.
if you're looking for skate.
Some of them are still laughing. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like I have to watch you. Okay, if you're looking for skateboard supplies too, this section of the store over here has everything you can need with bearings and boards and things that I probably can't even use the right terms for because I'm not a skater. I wouldn't dare do that. I like my bones being intact. Although I did break one pretty badly on a bike ride. Let's do it. What's this song called? It's in the key of A, I've gathered.
80 degrees in October.
Oh, that's my kind of October day. Does that happen in Burlington a lot?
It happened this year. It happened the year I wrote this. Shout out global warming.
The ever upbeat and positive Jessie Taylor here on the Tuesday Jukebox playing her original tune with fiddle.
Hey, it's World Mental Health Day, so it's okay to be sad, okay? Searching for something. Oh, and when I stop looking, words come out to play. I don't know why I spend so much time lost inside my mind. Some days I'm sad and that's okay. Thought there was no way out, but somehow I'm still here. I don't know why I spend so much time lost inside my mind. Some days I'm sad and that's okay. Wherever you're that's okay. Take a solo, Jacob, would you? But I keep making mistakes over and over the snow will be falling. Oh, and I'll be singing out. Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you for the fiddle.
Oh, my pleasure. All right, now the real fun part of the show, where I actually get to meet, really for the first time, our headliner tonight.
Hello.
You could be just as good a friend as Andrew Brozek, since I barely know him anyway.
Okay.
So I want to know, how long ago was your Saturn return? Your first?
It just completed on March 7th this year.
March 7th.
That
Okay.
was
It's every 27 to 30 years, kind of
Yeah.
dependent upon
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
falls. This is an astrological phenomenon. It's somewhat astronomical, but it's mostly Well, no, it is. It's astronomical. It's a thing that actually happens. What you ascribe to it is the astrological part, but it's a thing that actually happens. The body. There's something. I think
The
I got to go over
buzzies?
here. There we go. I'll just.
Oh no, it's back. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's back. I'll stop.
It's me.
It's not me, it's you.
It's the orbit that we have. There's some sort of electrons. So, how was your Saturn return? Did you? This is like the 27 Club sort of thing, right?
It was chaos. Yeah. I made it through. But it was so it happened in my fourth house, which is all about like foundations and home and family, and I moved like so many times. And I finally feel like
Yikes.
I have a good apartment situation.
All in Burlington.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I've moved like 12 times and I've been here for 11 years. So
Ooh.
that's more than
Yeah, I have that.
wanted.
I have that. Having toured a bunch and then you are always moving because you need cheaper rent and your roommate situation
Yeah.
changes. It's just like you end up with a lot less things. You get
That's true. That is very true.
Fewer pieces of furniture. Probably also less friends. Depending upon, and you lose all the friends with trucks and vans from all
Yeah.
the moving. Well, this segment of the interview is really sucking. Let's get into your origin story. Let's hear about. We're not astronomers, but we are historians. We want to learn a bit about your origin story. Where did the music find you, or did you find the music?
Both, I guess. I mean, I've been singing forever. Like when I was little, I used to like sing on the answering machine on our house phone. Remember when we all had those? So yeah, I've been singing forever in chorus and district choir, and then in my 20s, I was like, I need like a vehicle to sing. I can't just like come sing a cappella. I mean, I could come sing a cappella for you all, but like, I wanted to write the songs, so this seemed like the route to take.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your first guitar? Was it this guitar?
I actually started writing on piano.
Okay.
No, it was not this guitar. I actually started writing on my dad's acoustic Ovation. He has like one of the big, bold ones that has a really nice sound. So I started writing songs on that before I had a guitar.
Do your folks play music? Did you play music?
My
with your
dad
folks?
is a really great guitar player.
Okay.
Yes, like very humble about it though, and like doesn't ever play out. Like he's a closet player. But he's just like casually like shredding at home. I'm like, okay.
So you kind of grew into it that way?
Yeah, like he would like give me a quarter when I was like 8 if I could like name EADGBE on the strings. But I like didn't want any part of it, which now that I'm older, I'm like, that would have been cool if I was Andrew Brozak and I started playing guitar when I was 10. But I did not.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have any friends either. Yeah. And you'd have to deal with that mustache. That would be terrible.
No, I'm happy to be me. That was just a...
You seem very comfortable in your own skin.
Yes.
Yeah. And when did you put this band together? Because I'm loving this. Like, I don't necessarily listen to a lot of rock music, but I found myself really digging like how much fun it was to hear. And it seems like it would be a lot of fun to be in your band. Describe what that's like. How did that all come together?
I mean, Craigslist. The first iteration
yeah, right.
of JTB was some Craigslist finds, and then like through like word of mouth. Like I was working at this little restaurant, and someone played lead guitar there, and I was like, "Want to be in my band?" And he was like, "Sure." So then like the drummer was really cool, but he like moved to Japan, and like we all just kind of like it was a very short iteration. But the 80 Degrees in October actually. The first EP I put out was like the first iteration of JTB, and that came out in 2018, and none of them are in my band anymore. But the new iteration is like my friends. So it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any shows coming up? Anything you want to pump here to our
No.
No, nothing. This is it.
I am in a weird like.
Well, you got those preschoolers. I mean, you got a
Well,
captive
so that's the
audience,
other
right?
thing is like I quit my job like 5 years ago. Like I did food service for a decade, and I was like, I'm gonna not do the job thing like traditionally. Like I obviously like did a lot of side hustles for a long time, and now that I'm like gonna be 30 in a few weeks, I'm like, maybe I should like get a job with like a schedule, you know? So this is me trying out a traditional job.
Yeah, preschool's definitely gonna. That's a lot.
It's a lot, but
Yeah.
I was like nannying before, and they're
okay.
like 3 and 4, and I
Yeah.
get to like play with kinetic sand and like color and stuff, you know? And like be like, no, thank you. Like I'm like, what if I talk to like everybody in my life how I talk to the preschoolers? You know, that'd be kind of funny.
That reminds me of a stand-up comedian that was on one of our live stream shows where he was like, being a nanny or working at a preschool is a lot like being a bouncer or a door guy at a comedy club. No, you can't pee there, and wear your clothes, and no, you need to go inside. A lot of the same things you would tell those.
It's a lot of no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, we're working on keeping our clothes on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on peeing inside.
So it's been an adjustment, but it's 4 days a week.
You like the
So-
steady income and not the late nights.
And the schedule is 7 to 3. It's like ideal. I
Yeah.
can still go
Yeah.
do other
Play a show.
things.
Come down here.
I know. This
pretty
is like a
good-
cute little town. Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you
yeah.
so much
Let's hear it
for having me.
Hanover. Come on.
Hanover Strings and Hanover in general. I went out to dinner. I got here early.
Yeah.
I found parking. Like thriving.
Down from the big city of Burlington. I'm glad we get to make your life a little bit more of a Friday on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going for.
That's yeah. So I don't know. I don't have anything to promo. Like you can find my music
Yeah.
online, but I'm like I'm writing a lot of new songs. We don't have a practice space right now. I got this like cool new keyboard, so next time we do all like get together, I kind of want to like incorporate that. Cause I was kind of saying earlier, like the set I was playing with the band, cause like we just got a new drummer last winter and like haven't had a steady practice space, so it's been hard to like we got like a set down, but I'm
Right.
kind of like feeling a little stale, so
Right.
I want to like
Right.
write some new songs and
Is
kind
there
of
a
come back swinging.
Is there a collaborative process, or do you kind of say, hey, here's the song, here's the lyrics, here's the chord changes? How's the process work in the band?
Yeah, I pretty much write the songs, and I'm like, here's the song, and then they write all their own parts.
And do they do work on arrangements or anything like that?
Kind of like my bass player is very good at like dynamic changes and like throwing out ideas about like putting this there and kind of like
Cool.
switching it up, which is nice.
Good.
Like I definitely am open to input. I just when I write the songs, it's usually like they just come out how they come out, and I'm
Yeah.
like here it is.
Yeah.
How
Cool.
it came to me.
Well, I hope that we get the full Jesse Taylor band. Would you guys like to hear the larger band down here sometime? Yeah? Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's get a few more tunes out of Jesse Taylor before we wrap it up here at Hanover Strings. Next week, we'll have Dana Cooper coming up from Nashville, Tennessee. He's on an extended tour, and Allison Faye Brown will open. So excited to be extending our network up to Burlington. Jesse is the only headlining act from the state of Vermont. Everybody else has been traveling across the country to be here.
I know that kind of felt like an honor. I was like,
Well,
look at all
and-
these people from Nashville and shit.
Yeah, and Chicago and Canada.
I'm glad you told them all I had a sailor mouth too, because now I feel like better about just swearing and not caring.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll actually put some f-bombs in the live stream later in post-pro just to keep it off the interwebs. Yeah, really excited to be extending the community up to Burlington. Please tell all your friends, both of them, about this show, okay? And we hope to bring the full band down here sometime soon. And don't be a stranger to Jesse Taylor. She does have a lot of really cool music videos. I actually quickly.
Really? I feel like I only have one.
Well, you got there's some out there, but the cool one I want to ask you about is like where it takes a long time to get into the song.
I know.
Yeah, but it's
You
cool.
do?
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you. Because I like 6 months after that, I was like, was that too long?
We can always skip forward. if
You could skip forward. Was he really a boyfriend? No, that's one of my good friends. But he played a pretty good like boyfriend, right? Yeah.
Probably.
I'll tell him.
Soon to be ex-boyfriend in the.
Yeah. That took a lot of takes. That beginning part.
Really.
Yeah.
No, the disinterestedness was pretty obvious, but I guess,
Yeah.
it's hard to fake that, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear one more time for Jesse Taylor on the Tuesday Jukebox, wrapping it up here.
All right, so do you want like a freshie, like a last week song that's not done? Okay. And then maybe I'll do a couple old ones and then we'll call it a night. Cuz I got to drive home and go play with things tomorrow, yeah. All right, like this isn't even done, but we're just going to do it cuz I want to just sometimes I like to just like play it out and then it's like less likely that it's going to go on the shelf, you know? Some days feel heavy. Some days feel light. Some days I'm back in my body, and sometimes I'm stuck in my mind. Oh, sometimes I just need to cry. Don't need to know why. Oh, it's always alright. Even on the days when I think I wanna die, it always passes in time. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Some days feel heavy. Some days feel light. And now I know that it's just part of life. Oh, sometimes I just need to cry. Don't need to know why. Oh, it's always alright. Even on the days when I think I wanna die, it always passes in time. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Oh, it's always alright. Even on the days when I think I wanna die, it always passes in time. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Thank you. All right, I'll do a couple more upbeat ones to close. Although I really like that. It was like when a new song is stuck in my head after I write it, I'm like, yeah. So, yay. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for having me. Good night. I'm going to do two more for you that are all still sitting here, but you all get home safe and nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, I have free stickers on the counter over there where you would go buy things. Free stickers. There's like a few CDs. I'm like running low. So you can get a CD if you want. My Venmo barcode's there, or there's tip jar. Or you can just find it on any streaming service. And there's also a little journal if anyone would like to leave me a note. I'm like doing this new little guest book thing at shows, which is fun. So if you feel compelled to say something, then say it. Let's see, tuning to the capo. We made it through most of the set. I mean, I'm almost done, but with the new strings, so that's great. We did it. I was like in a mood when I got here, and now I feel better, which I knew. I was like, once I start playing, it'll be fine, but I was like, not fine for a minute, but now I'm fine. Next thing I know, I'm happy to be alive. Okay. So silly. Life is so silly, isn't it? So this song's called Someone Get Me a Brown Paper Bag. For hyperventilating anxiety, not to hide alcohol in, but whatever you need the paper bag for, you do you. Okay. Try to speak my mind, it isn't the right time for that. Riddle me that. I don't know why I keep on doing these things. I've got plenty other ways to pass the time, and I don't know why after all of this time I still struggle saying what is on my mind, and I don't know how I'm still feeling this way. I thought it'd get better, it does, but some days are just hard. Some days are hard. Whoa, whoa. Some days are good. Get out of bed. Brush your teeth and paint a smile on your face. So walk out the door, fake it till you make it. Keep on pretending that everything's fine until you can't even package the cookies at work, at the bakery, and till you're going mad again. How am I going mad again? Seriously, I'll lock myself in the bathroom and cry like I'm 12 years old. I'm hyperventilating again, but this time it's not because they tried to give me a shot. It's just because I've been so locked up in my mind all the time, stuck in my mind all the time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. You say that you want me to be me, and I say that I want you to be you too. Then why is it that every time I try to speak my mind, it isn't the right time for that? Riddle me that. I don't know why I keep on doing these things. I've got plenty other ways to pass the time. Some days are good. Thank you. All right, this last one's in the same key. It's called Unavailable, but it's available now everywhere, recorded with the band, and I really like it. It's like a fun little bop about crushing on people that are unavailable. It's very similar to that other one, so it takes me a minute to be like, you're unavailable, so relatable, unattainable. You don't even know what you're doing to me. You're so charming, it's alarming. I can't stop wanting, oh, what you're doing to me. I know we're just friends in the end. Don't want to ruin what we have, but I can't help but wonder how your lips taste. Do you ever wonder? Just the same, I could be crazy, but I feel something real every time I look into your eyes. When our voices collide, when we stand side by side. Thank you. Thanks so much, y'all. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, all you camera folks.
Jesse Taylor on the Tuesday Jukebox. First time down in Hanover, I'm guessing. Yeah. We heard from some of the preschoolers. They were watching. How are you guys feeling? Should we get rid of these chairs and stand up and dance around a little bit for a little bit? All right, let's do one more. We'll you think about what you want to do. You guys stand up, fold the chairs, push them out of the way. We can stretch our legs and feel
we're
a little
gonna
bit
dance?
looser. Well, at least.
What if I
stand.
do like the saddest song I have?
Well, as long as
No, I'm
it's
just kidding.
as long as it's upbeat and sad in a deceptive way. Thanks to you all for coming out here to the Tuesday Jukebox. We've got you putting away chairs. Now you feel like you're part of the crew. You'll have to get your IATSE membership at the local union. And, take it away. We'll just hang out here a little bit. Thanks to Mike Daddy and Will Freihofer. Sailor Bill you for running front of house, helping keep everything straight here. Joe Alvin, the understudy back there on sound, keeping it real. And the intern, the one and only, the OG all the way back from the first season of Tuesday Jukebox, Nathaniel Perrin. Give him a round of applause, doing all the hard work. And Lucas Barrett up here with tonight's portraiture. Let's get a little preview on the live stream. Show it over here to Mike Daddy, and then we'll show it to the crowd. Oh, yeah, look at that.
You're on there.
Oh, hey, I'm on it this time. Well, there's less people on stage. I look like I'm still being formed. I think we need to spend a little bit more time on that. All right, take it away, Jesse.
Country, and I know that you're falling in love with me, but I don't know if I can be with somebody so far away. You're so far away. It just doesn't seem realistic for one of us to have to emigrate. I love you and who you are. It's been so great getting to know you. Getting to know you. Yeah. But I'm feeling blue.
so far away. Yeah. It just doesn't seem real. There's
Everybody for coming out to the Tuesday Jukebox. Thanks to all the folks, all 11 of them online viewing the live stream. Tell all your friends, both of them, about next week's show with Dana Cooper coming from Nashville, Tennessee, and Allison Faye Brown all the way from Wilder. Be well, be safe. We'll see you guys around the bend.